welcome to my channel. Well, Toby and family sent me another one of these. It says good worker right here, but on this, your life, your knife. It says Grand Way Knives. Now, Toby and I were talking back and forth on this, and he thinks this is a copy of the Buck Vanguard, and I looked at it, and it does. It looks just like the Buck Vanguard. Now, with budget knives, they're gonna be a lot more relevant nowadays. I'll just use myself as an example. I became eligible for Medicare. Normally, I didn't have any insurance, medical insurance. Here in America, we don't get insurance automatically. You either have to get it from your employer, where you have to pay a certain amount and then the employer pays an amount, or private insurance. With Obamacare and stuff like that, you can go through and supposedly get some, but I never did. I just had no insurance. Well, when you turn 65, bam, they're going to hit you with $175 came out for that. My water and sewage went up $50 a month. It was like 40-something dollars. It went up to like almost 100 now. And what else? Anyways, it was like $310 of my budget, which I didn't have a whole lot left over after paying. Oh yeah, the mortgage. I mean not the mortgage, the rent went up $90 a month. So you add all those up, and it comes out to like $310. So the money that I used to could squeeze around now is just not there, and that's not taking into account inflation and everything else that hits. So budget knives are going to come in handy. Don't think that, and I know some people, you're going to get squeezed to the point where you can't have any knives. It's just like, you would like to get knives, but you also would like to, when it rains, have a place to get out of the rain, and, at night, turn on electricity and stuff like that. Bills, people got bills to pay. So, the Buck Vanguard goes for like $115, I think, somewhere around there. This thing goes for $15. Now, I tested the steel because it says 440C. I tested the steel right down here, and it Rockwell's between 55 and 60. So that's pretty good. I also whittled with it a little bit. Now it's handle heavy. I'll have to put the weight in there, but it's handle heavy. Now this same company makes some pretty good knives. The sheath is it's okay. It's sturdier than a lot of those cheesy sheaths, but you basically just get a belt loop. And this is not anything here. It's just like so they can put their label on there. And it's fairly thick. But this is a nice little design. It's like a little hunter. What's our blade length here? We gotta verify, because you never know what these. Yeah, it's like a 4-inch blade length. For me, if it's a fixed blade and I'm carrying it, I'd like it to be at least 4 inches. I mean, I know some of the other ones are more useful, not useful, but they make smaller ones, like 3 inches and stuff like those. And you can carry those. Those are useful. But if I'm going to carry a fixed blade, I usually want it to be at least 4 inches, preferably like 4 to 6 inch blade on a fixed blade. But this comes in handy for like your overall, your generalized task, because I was cutting fat wood with and stuff like that, and it holds the edge pretty well. It's got a nice little flat pommel back here. Like I said, its balance is really right about here. Let's see if we can balance you. somewhere around there. It's not up here in the blade, so you don't fatigue your hand. It's not really so much of a chopper. This is a hollow grind on it here. But yeah, it's a pretty good overall knife for $15, man. I did a half throw with it, throw it in the ground, and it stuck in the ground pretty good, even though it was, not completely balanced. I didn't have any problem stick it in the ground. Besides that, they make this type of knife here, which is, like Tobias was telling me and everything, was like an old German style of knife. This is really more like what the original Bowie knife was. It was more like a kind of a kitchen, hunting knife, except it was like 9-inch blade, but he said it was straight, it didn't have that clip or anything to it. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. I haven't checked its hardness or anything yet either, but I'd figure it's probably, if they're gonna do it right with one, they'll probably do it right with others. All right, so we got that, and then we got this kind of like another, looks like a German, hunting knife. What was? Oh yeah, this guy's got a little lever you've got to disengage. And then we got a kind of a Bowie-ish, got a little clip there, but a really long folding one that you have to have that sheath for, or else you've got a blade sticking out. See, and you can use this blade like this, which is also pretty cool. Well, a pretty cool knife here. You can just use it here to carve if you want, and then if you need the extra reach, stab that wild pig coming after you or enraged badger, you've got that. And then of course this is like that marble safety folder type thing, although this one's getting a little bit more aggressive there. Again, 440 steel, but you can fold this guy out. He's got a little harpoon, speed racing ramps here, so it's more aerodynamic sailing through the air, I guess. And then this guy acts like a little safety thing. So, now the marbles, what was it? Yeah, now this one you can actually, like if you wanted to, you're really worried about it folding on you, could put a bolt through there and stop it, but this ain't gonna go anywhere. Some more 3 choices of lanyard holes back here. This is pretty cool. And if you wanted to carry around your marbles folder, it would fit right in here. Steal the pouch from them. Got that little flap right there. So yeah, I like this one. Oh, and I found this guy. Toby had sent me this one a while back, and it had gone missing. And it was up there by the bills. I've got kind of a catch-all area where I put my bills, and I must have had it, I was going to look at it and start messing with it, because I remember getting it, and I go, where is that thing? And then I forgot that I lost it. But it showed up, and this is a pretty cool little guy. So yeah, budget knives, if I could afford to buy American and everything, if I had the money, a 2-inch blade on that one. This little 3-finger guy is pretty cool. Fits right in your hand there. You could put a little lanyard, I'd probably put a little lanyard on there just to give pinky finger something to grab a hold of and help snag it out. And the sheath is nothing super special, but again, at least it's reinforced a little bit. And it does work. I mean, it holds it in there. Oh, as far as like leather work and stuff like that, if you've got the time and the effort and everything, making your own leather work, you can save a lot of money, because sheaths and holsters and stuff like that, they're not cheap. I mean, like the cheapest ones you can get are like $10, $15, but you can get scrap leather, like tooling leather, a 12 by 12 piece for around $15 or so. It depends on what you want. And you could make 2 or 3 sheaves out of that. But anyways, just thinking about ways to save money, and how to save money. So, yeah, this is one idea here. One possibility is if you can't spend a lot of money, but you still want to get a knife, you can get some pretty good ones and not spend a whole lot of money. I know some people, like I said, you're gonna get to the point where you're just gonna have to, you can't buy as many knives as you want. And that doesn't mean that you stop being a knife person. It just means you stop being a knife buyer for a little while, but you can still use the knives you've got. And a lot of times when you don't have money, I don't like to look at a bunch of knives, catalogs and stuff like that, because it's just like, oh, I try to convince myself that I need one. So there you go. Sorry to drag this out so long, but that's another interesting knife. Thank you, Toby and family, for sending this one. And I don't know what it... Here's the number on it. It's called Hunting Knife with Undol for men. I guess it's not for women. Huh. Didn't know that. Well, I think if you're a woman, you would like this one anyway. Now, when I was using it, you look at this bottom finger choil here. This actually helps good when you're levering, when you're carving. And again, no jimping up here, and a fairly thick spine. Let me see how many millimeters, because they don't always tell you the millimeters properly on here. What? No, I was going to say, it can't be a 9 millimeter spine. I didn't zero it. 4 millimeter, almost. Like 3.9. Yeah, pretty close to 4 millimeter spine. It was pretty thick. But with the hollow grind and everything, this thing does a pretty good job of slicing. It's got a nice belly on it, too. Whoa, I knew you were going to make a mess. You're making a mess. You're making a mess. Yes, I know. That's what I'm here for, to make a mess. And to confuse people. So yeah, I like 440C. I don't know if that is 440C, but it seemed to be stainless. And it's got a good Rockwell on it, and it's holding the edge. So those are all good points. I don't think it could go wrong for $15. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.